Hello fellow humans, Chris here again. So as I mentioned in the last video, I've been feeling under the weather. I don't know if you can tell with my voice or not. In the last week, I've been pretty much just taking it easy, my first week back from deployment, and doing a little bit of reading and catching up on some things, and been watching Levar Burton's masterclass and reading a book called Sapiens by Yuval Harrari, which you may have heard of or not. It's a pretty popular book, as I understand, and it got me to reflecting on some things I kind of wanted to talk about briefly. There's a section in Sapiens where he's talking about history and the representation of people, and he says, "History is something that very few people have been doing while everyone else was plowing fields and carrying water buckets." And what he was saying, he goes on to talk about the people that you read about in history are the people that wrote history. And the scholars, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and the elites, the kings, those are the people that we read about, that we learn about. We don't learn about the peasants. That's 90% of human history, though. And Levar Burton, in his masterclass, is on storytelling. He talks about representation too, and he specifically about the black experience in America, and how up until really just recently, when he was growing up, he didn't see black people represented other than in war in Vietnam. I found this all to be kind of relevant to me with everything that's been going on with the message about Gwen Berry and it being the 4th of July and what Independence Day is supposed to really be about. It's supposed to be our history, right, of the country, to America, all of us. It's our country's birthday. But is it representing everybody, or is it just representing the people that wrote the story, that wrote the Declaration of Independence? A lot of the people that wrote the Declaration of Independence were slaveholders at the time they wrote it. All this kind of got me to thinking about what I'm doing here. This YouTube channel, the podcast, Anchor, YouTube. Why? Why do we do this? I think that one of the great things about the internet, because, let's face it, I personally believe there's a lot of downfall to the internet. I think that it's really kind of dumbed society down, unfortunately, in some ways. But at the same time, I think that it's important to recognize the pros about it. And I do think that one really strong attribute for the internet and social media in general is that it creates a democratization, so to speak, of ideas, of thoughts, of the written word, the spoken word, and it allows a rando like myself to open up a dialogue or potentially continue a conversation that somebody else started. I think that one of the things that this mechanism allows for is for that equal playing field. One of the other things that Levar Burton talks about in his masterclass is the idea of everybody coming to the table, everybody having a voice, everybody having something to give, something of value. But we haven't reached a place yet in our country where that's possible, that everybody doesn't have a voice. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm going to try to do all I can to use this gift that I have here to share what I think are important ideas, and hopefully other people with more resources than myself, or maybe people who are smarter than me, or maybe people who are able to build things, will take that and expand on it. And maybe I'll hear something that somebody else says, and I'll insert it into my community, or I'll use it at my new job. It's just something I was thinking about. And forgive me, I'm still not 100% feeling great. Hopefully that was clear enough for everybody. I'm gonna go back to resting, and I will catch up with you all again very soon. Have a great rest of your day. Have a very safe and happy 4th of July. Take care of yourselves, and remember, don't be afraid to question the consensus.